Hey guys, welcome to the season 18 review for Liverpool. And as you can see here, if you read the review text, is the balance of power changing? Ooh, I wonder, as Tottenham have actually now won the Premier League yet again. Not one of our best seasons, I have to be honest, and it is I'm going to say arguably, my worst season because for the first time I've actually finished outside the top two. Yeah, I suppose it's that old adage of we have bad seasons as well. One time we came second. Obviously, that's I can't remember who said that. I think it was Bill Shankly. I could be wrong there, but yeah, we come third now this time, losing out to Chelsea. We although they'd have the best goal difference. Too many draws and losses. Unfortunately, 6 losses. Not good enough. Certainly not good enough. Too many. I wouldn't say too many goals conceded, especially if you compare it to Tottenham. But Chelsea were far worse, but they did score more goals. We have Barnsley, Sheffield United, and Brighton getting relegated. And yeah, it was not the best season, unfortunately, in terms of the league. Anyway, we did happily have a win, other things, but get to that in a moment. Transfers, I don't think I have any to show. I've talked already about Castillo, Suarez, and Paul James, who, as I say, is the 20-year-old Nigerian who I'm hoping putting a lot of hopes on. I let Cipriani go. Now, I should just point out now, he got quite unhappy and he's gone to Paris Saint-Germain, consequently. He got quite unhappy that that I wasn't playing him. And, the way it just keeps coming, it seemed to come up every day in my news box. Cipriani looking for a way out, and it just come up every day, and it just irritates you. It's like poking you with a stick in the ribs, and it's like, fuck off, just leave. Then so I was like, all right, just go. I tried to offer him to clubs. No one wants to buy him. I hate one of my most really one of the things that most annoys me about this game is where it'll say so and so team feels that the wage demands are too high. Well, how do you know that? How do they know that? Just put a bid in, we'll accept it and see what he says. Don't jump to conclusions, don't be so negative. I hate the way the game does that, it's so annoying. So in the end I just let him go, and I was like, fuck yeah. His wages were really high as well, so I was like, just go. Just go. He wasn't that good, to be honest. He didn't really fit in the squad very well. His position, he was weird with his positions, like he was a centre mid. I thought he was a winger initially, but he's an attacking midfielder. And that's one thing I really hate as well. So I'm probably going to turn this into a bit of a moan, but I'm sorry. Where there'll be players, especially I've noticed this especially with regens coming through. There are no genuine wingers. There's barely any. I mean, I know I'm only playing on a small database here, so okay, I'll give you that. But there are no wingers. They're only attacking right and left mids. Now, that to me is not a winger. That's just a person who can play on the left or right hand side. That's not a winger. If he's a true winger, he's a midfielder. It should be ML, not AML or AMR. It should just be MR or ML. That's a winger to me. Attacking mids are no good. I'm playing a 4-4-2. I know I've tried to play the 4-5-1 diamond thing, but it's and it works at that. But it doesn't really suit. I've just gone back to the 4-4-2 since it didn't do me too well last time, and consequently I might go back to it again. I'll just say. I mean, you have to mould it around your squad, I suppose. Speaking of, which I'll get back to that in a moment, but we'll go over this season, see how we've done. So here we are in February when we last left here. I can't remember if I went over this last time, but we'll go over it anyway. Okay, that was a bit weird. Tottenham here. We got a 1-1 draw at not White Hart Lane. It's Tottenham Stadium now. I love the imagination of this game. It's fantastic. We only had the one shot on target, but it was reasonably even in terms of possession stuff, as you can see. But in terms of dominating the game, and when you look at the highlights and so on, you look at the key highlights as I do. They dominated the game, but we had that one shot. Ian Guyon with the goal. He's really coming into his own now. He's a very, very good goal scorer. Then we played Lyon, as you know, in the Champions League knockout round. This was really good. This guy called Andre Planis, I think you'd say his name, or Planis, came out of nowhere, scored a hat-trick, ran rings around our defenders. But then Ryan Bergen, in the last minute, pulling a goal back for us. Just, again, seemingly out of nothing. We really didn't turn up in this game. I was really disappointed with them. I gave them a bit of a bollocking afterwards because they were very, very poor. As you can see, I put it to all overloads and I was like, just go for it. And Matei there, I think it was Matei, just put a good ball into Bergen and he scored. So, and again, he's another one who's really composed and good. Huddersfield in the FA Cup 2-1. Castillo with the 2 goals. He's back in contention now. So we went 1-0 down. We turned it round just before the break to 2-1. And then with the defeat looking like that against Lyon, we took them back to Judd Park and we annihilated them. They didn't even have a single shot all game. I think it was because Abu Doumbia. Doumbia is a very common name on this now. I don't know if it is a common name in Africa or wherever it is, but a lot of players called Doumbia. Sadler, Alaba, Guyan, Moore, and Bergen with the goals. And that meant we progressed to the next round. It was 5-0. I think I really psyched them up, saying, come on, give me a good performance. And team talk. I think the team talk was the crucial factor in this. We really, I really got them going. Then we played Norwich in the 6th round of the FA Cup. Fredinho with the 2 goals. He was good again. The way he turns he just turns up sometimes, as I've mentioned a lot of times. Where he just really does just turn up when he wants, and when he does, he wins it pretty much for us. I'll be honest. And yeah, Alaba's still going there at the ripe old age. I think he's 36 now, so he's doing really well. And then we played, guess who? Tottenham Hotspur in the Champions League. Now, Tottenham are exceptionally good. Imagine what they are now to what Man City are in real life. They are very good, full of quality players, and absolutely terrifying to play. However, though, we seem to have the better of them in Europe, as Fredinho, again, in a really rich vein of form. Everyone's doing really well here. This is pretty much my strongest team. I'd say Massari is now one of my top centre mids. Alaba's still going there. Novello, he can play pretty much anywhere. I had to play Shimpy. I think Langeveldt was injured. And yeah, Fredinho, really, really good performance from him. They were not good today. Jerry Moore, I think I really put everything on, hard tackling, closing down, tight marking, everything on him. So we really did well there. Don't know why I just jumped like that. Thanks for ruining the game there. Now I'll come back to that second leg. As you can see, we won it. So we're into the semis. But I'll get back to nothing. We played Middlesbrough then. Fredinho with a hat-trick. Paul James also got his 2 goals. So we're into the final again. Now, again, we haven't had a particularly difficult run, apart from Manchester United. Moving away from the mic. Apart from Manchester United in the first round, the only really difficult game we had. Let's just go over this really quick. Let's see. FA Cup. United, okay, fair enough. Leicester, not that hard. Huddersfield, not that hard. Norwich, not that hard. Middlesbrough, as you can see, very easy. So it's not difficult to get to the FA Cup final. If you get that good run of teams, the League Cup is a good example. We got Tottenham. If you can avoid the big teams, you have every chance. And that goes without saying. But you're like, oh, you just win the FA Cup every year now, blah, blah, blah. It's just a matter of luck. It really is. Now, I'm going to take you back now to this game here. 5-6. We won on away goals. Now, this is possibly the best game, the maddest game, the most emotional roller coaster of a game I've ever had in my life on Football Manager. It was absolutely mad. Bear in mind we're winning 1-0, so we have the 1 goal. Okay, that's 1 home goal. It's not an away goal, it's just a 1 goal. I'm going to take you through this game. I was actually thinking about doing this commentary in hindsight live and just going back and replaying it and doing the commentary obviously with the knowledge that we're going to win, but I'm doing it because it was that crazy game. Now this is in the 3rd minute. Fredinho links Castillo. Let me just pause that there. So I'm just going to take you through this game because it's so crazy, as you can see looking through there. So that's 2-0. We have the away goal. So I'm thinking, oh, everyone's really good here. Nightmare stars, the commentators going crazy. 3rd minute, we have the away goal, 2-0, nicely done. Then, obviously, they're going for it. Everyone's going forward. They haven't got too many defenders back. Sadler with the clearance, and Fredinho just got on his bike. Even when he's 32, he's still going there. And it breaks to Castillo, 3-0. That's 3-0, second goal for Castillo. That's in the 7th minute. 3-0, 2 away goals. I'm thinking, game's over. That's it. We're done. Finished. Dead. Totally. Just finished. Sloppy work here, though. A lot of former players here. Chris Harvey brings to mind, so too Jerry Moore. And I think that was Fabio who come in there. Just Moore was slightly distracted, so that's 3-1. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I should go to defensive now. Set piece comes in, and this is really where I don't know what on earth happened here. Now, I'm probably going to end up saying that about 5 million times in the next 2 minutes, but it was. I think I went defensively, and I probably should have done. Obviously, Jerry Moore got his normal goal against us, obviously. So it's 3-2. Now I'm thinking, oh, okay, we've got the away goal. It's okay, they're not going to get 4 goals. Even though this is in like the, I think, 15th minute. And it's 3-3. They levelled it. See, second goal in the space of 5 minutes. This is still like 20 minutes or sometime like that, about 20 odd minute or something. As you can, 20 minute there. Now this is 23rd minute. Highlights are coming on. They are pushing us back and back and back. And I think at this point I still said push higher up, which was a mistake. And then Simon Moore deflected in. It's 4-3. 23rd minute. Can I just play out? Let me just pause that. So if we look at the bottom here, 2 goals they were for us. The 2 goals there for Castillo. That's in about the 7th minute. 11th, 12th minute. 15, 20, 23rd. That's now 4-3 to Tottenham. They turned it round in the space of about 15 minutes to actually start leading in this game. So at this point, I am absolutely going crazy. I don't think I was ever so angry with something in my life. And then that happens. It's 5-3. I think it was 5-3, was it? But yeah, this is crazy. Let me just realise this. Let me just go over. I'm losing count myself. So that was 3-0. That was 4. This is now 5-3. Obviously, it's 4-3 on the. Sorry, I can't even. I'm just losing the count. I'm losing count. There we go. That's on aggregate. So that's 5-4 on aggregate. Yeah, really losing count now. 5-3 on the ninth. 5-4 on aggregate. So Tottenham are still leading at this point. It's 5-4. Simon Moore pulling it back, as you can see. Just pause again. 36 minutes for those who can't see it. Starts about 9 minutes before half time. It's 5-4. Send them back out. I'm screaming at them. 6-4. Bakary Fofana. He's the one who's been a needle in my side for ages. 6-4. So I'm thinking maybe the tie is lost at this point. No. 60th minute, and Simon Moore makes up for his own goal. 60th minute, and it's still to play for. It's 6-5 now to Tottenham. It's 6-5. Hang on, I'm really losing count. Let me just go with this. It's 6-5 on aggregate. It's 6-4 on the night. That's 10 goals. Then down here, this was crazy. I put it to all overload. Everyone just get forward when you can. This happens. Suarez he gets the ball. He's really alert to it. Bergen, brilliant run down the side. 89th minute. Fredinho, winner. Away goal on 6-6. It says 6-5 there. That was on the night. It was 6-5. We had the away goal. It meant 6-6 on aggregate. I have never had that before. That was absolutely astonishing game of football. And yeah, I was. When Fredinho scored that, I literally got up and ran around the room celebrating like I just scored. Honest to God, it was just crazy. So that went us through to the Champions League semi-final. So we're at the League Cup. We are in this FA Cup final, Champions League semi-final, and arguably still in contention for the Premier League. I think Tottenham were really pulling away. At this point, Chelsea were gaining on us as well. It's just how they came second. Great derby here. It was 2-2 at our time. I'm not going to take you through this one, but 2 penalties for Fredinho. Obviously, Liverpool get 2 penalties on a derby. Cry more. And yeah, it was a really good up and down game again. Really, really good. And then I think this was where the title really was lost here when we lost to City. They were just better than us. They really just turned up in this game. We didn't. Fredinho didn't. Jose Enrique had a poor game. Sadler was poor. No impact from any players. So yeah, we really struggled. And then this really was the beginning of the end of the season. We went to the Bernabeu. Now, a 1-0 defeat at the Bernabeu to Real Madrid wasn't too bad. I was reasonably happy with it, because I thought, okay, we don't have the away goal, but we can take them back to our place now and, give them a good game and hopefully, get something out of this. No, that didn't happen. As you can see, we went on 4 straight losses. We then played Arsenal, a ridiculous run of games here.
Um, they are so good, Arsenal. They really do underachieve. As you can see, he played all right, but defensively we were a bit of a shambles. Valencia wasn't that great. I think at this point he packed up. I think he's has he moved or is he still here? I think he wants to move actually. Yeah, he's injured, but this is stupid. This is where FM really needs to improve it. He wants a new challenge. Fair enough. We all seen this before. We've had players do this. I think Rondon did it. Ferretti did it famously for me. And he wants to move, but he's determined to prove his way to the team. So what's the fucking what's his position? What's his attitude? What's his happiness? There's no clarification there. Please, Miles Jacobson, if you're watching this, can we have some clarification with happiness? There's all sorts of split stuff. You don't find people one day. How are you feeling? Well, I want to stay, but I want to go. I want a new challenge, but I really want to try and get into this team. No one ever says that. Get real and just get a real normal emotional, emotion happiness robot thing. I don't know, whatever it is. Just have something good for him, because it's really frustrating. And I think he's injured, so it'll be quite some time before I'm able to sell him, unfortunately. But Billy Young here, a very very good regen. He's probably peaked too late. To be honest, this guy, he was at Blackburn for ages, even Man United actually, and he did really really well for Blackburn, and then Arsenal bought him for 12 million. As you can see, started out at Dundee, went to Man U. He's been all over the place. Sofia, Peterborough, Watford, then obviously settled at Blackburn finally before going to Arsenal. Very, very good. It's another Scot. The Scots are excellent on this. Sadler again, big game player. Look for him to, the captain now, and nothing really, nothing from him. And then, as you can see, we lost 2-0 at home to Real Madrid. At this point, the morale was down. I gave him a bit of a team meeting. Team meetings, by the way, are completely broken for those who haven't used them. I don't mean like they don't work. I mean, I'm not going to show it now because it'll destroy the computer. But they go about as slow as I do in a 100-meter sprint. Seriously, they are horribly slow. I mean, I don't know I don't know why they're so bad, but they. I remember like 2 months ago they said they were going to fix it, and I still have yet to see any fix for this. So, if you go to team meeting, it just goes slow. You click a tab. You end up having to wait about 45 seconds for the next tab to load, and that's not an exaggeration. I think that's about it. As you can see, a stumbling errand through the season. Thankfully, we brought it back here 2-2. It wasn't too bad, but as you can see, I was going crazy at this point. It was 2-0. We were flying easy, and I thought this was game over. They again get 2 quick goals, including a penalty in the last minute. That was really disappointing. And then we played Blackburn. Fredinho got 4 here. He decided to turn up. And obviously this was a dress rehearsal for the FA Cup final, when indeed we scored 5 again. Alaba, Castillo, Guyan and Jason Maloney, they're the youngster who has, basically genuine potential, I think, as a midfield. I'm starting to move him as a midfielder now, not as a striker. It was annoyingly because I was told when he first came through and it was brought to my attention, all the coaches were like, he'd do really well as a striker, even though it's like not in his position, his main position. As you can see, he can play. Down there, that's a reasonably light green, sort of yellowy green. So, he can play up front. And he was alright, wasn't that great? So I thought, I'll try and put him in midfield. And now, when he gets to about 18, 19, they're like, oh, you know what? You should put him in midfield. It's like, that's what I have been doing. Why didn't you tell me that before? Don't listen to anyone on this game. The only people you need to listen to are the scouts. And half the time, they talk a load of shit themselves. Don't listen to anyone on this game. Do it yourself. But yeah, as you can see, that's good for it. I think how old is he now? He was 18 at the time, scoring that goal. Probably one of the youngest Wembley goal scorers ever. Unfortunately, they did get a goal back, but the game was dead at that point. And then a dud game here against Birmingham. Fredinho finishing strong with a hat trick. And yeah, that was it. So this was a dead game. We couldn't catch anyone. Chelsea had got second at that point. So yeah. Unfortunately, slightly disappointing season. City have fallen way down. They're 6th. It's reasonably tight, compared to previous years. Only 12 points separates the top 6, and then look at the huge gap here. The top 6 here, the big 6, I suppose you'd call it. Now, imagine if this was real life. Sky would be all over it like a fucking rash with the big 6 or the top 6. Fucking graphics everywhere and and all sorts. Yeah, that's 80 points and then a drop to 58 for Wigan in 7. Wigan in beats me.
And then there's a 20-point gap. No one really in danger of being relegated this season. If we look at the stats for players, Fredinho finished second, which was good. Pineful 92 is just absolutely chronically good. I mean, that's a wrong word. Who is just insanely good. He's very, very good player. Everyone's like, buy him. Why don't you buy this player who finished top? You were like, buy James George when he finished top scorer for Arsenal. You should buy Knight. I'm not going to be able to buy these players. I don't know if you guys, some people understand. Okay, 35 million. That's their value. I would have to pay twice as much as that. Okay? I have the money probably, yes. But I'm not paying that much on one fucking striker. I'm still needing to rebuild this team. I know he would get you the goals, and I know he'd get at least 30, 40 goals a season. But I need to use the money wisely. And, I'd rather spend it on a 22, 3, 4-year-old who with genuine potential than spend it on a player who is going to be 26, 27. Admittedly, he's coming to his peak, but chances are that he's probably not going to. They're not going to accept any bids. They're only. I think I tried to bid for Coolan, the Tottenham striker, for those who know him, Fabian Coolan. And Tottenham wanted £120 million for him, and I'm not going to be paying that. So yeah, these teams want ridiculous money for these players. Not to mention his wages are going to be through the roof. I don't even know if he'll want to come. Bear in mind there are players out there who are it's not players actually. They will be pre-programmed to not accept any offers. They will just reject contract offers dead. If they're a Man United player, no matter if they've just, even if they're disgruntled, they want to leave, they hate the manager, they will not go to you if you're Liverpool. If you're a Liverpool player, do not waste your time by bidding for Man United to play. They will not accept it. Man United will accept the player bid, but the player will reject any contract offers. So, it's stupid personally, but that's the way the world works. As you can see, Sadler finished 6th with 14 assists. And yeah, now that's that. So I'll just show you the squad as well. Ramirez, another 50-odd appearances, is good for him. In terms of goals then, so Fredinho finishing with 39, Castillo with 18, Suarez with 12, not bad considering I bought him for 3 million. He's come back with 12 goals, decent enough. Sadler, the captain, with 43, and Bergen with 7, Guyon with 7. Now, you may have noticed a distinct lack of a particular player that has been essentially the rock of my team for the last 10 years or so, and that is of course Noah Goetz. He is past his peak now. He's 34. He was injured, I think, as well. This was absolutely gutting. He started to get back into some form around about February. I can't remember if I talked about this or not, but if I did, then I apologise. But he started scoring again. I thought maybe he's past it now, but he started scoring again. I gave him a bit of a talk. And then in the game, he broke his leg. So now he's been out for 4 months. So he basically missed the entire second half of the season. And he's going to be out for a further 3 weeks. I don't think that's right. I think he's going to return to light training in about 2 weeks. Then hard training in about another month. So he'll be back. Now, as you can see, his stats are great. I'm going to get rid of him because I think he's past his peak now. I want to bring in youth players. He'll probably moan at me, a 34-year-old on 110 grand a week. I've done this with Suarez. Chances are, and Vieira for that matter, chances are he'll do well at his next club. But I think at this level now, he will probably probably goes up now by other players. So, and I'd rather bring in younger players than have, this player here on 34 years old, 110 grand a week. And yeah, so unfortunately he will be heading out. He's a legend at the team. And yeah, so he's going to be going. I don't think anyone else is retiring. So Valencia is going to go. And Goetz is going to go. But apart from that, as you can see, 5 goals isn't that great. 20 sub appearances. I know I haven't given him a lot of appearances. But bear in mind, he was injured, obviously. And yeah, he really didn't. He couldn't just crack it this time, I think so. A few people want to see. That was the wrong one. A few people want to see the Championship. Now, I just want to point out, I don't have the Championship active. So I'm sure people are like, make it active. No, because it just it slows the game down. This is how it stands currently, as you can see. I think this is the team. Bolton are going to come back up to Villa and Watford. And yeah, I'll just show you some. I'll show you the football league. Um, so there, the teams there. Just read over it yourself very quickly. Derby won it previous years. Villa keeps sort of coming up and down. It's really weird. Aston Villa. I don't know why they're so rubbish, but then again, that could happen in real life. I don't know. Oops, that's the wrong one. I keep going pressing up for some reason. This is League One. Reading were down in there. West Ham also went. God, Luton in League One. Fulham have really struggled. I think they're League One still. No, they're Championship though. Never mind. They have been League One though pretty much since the start of the game. Pretty much they got relegated in the first season. Brighton were down there. They got back up. Swansea. Oh no, sorry, that's 2008. And League Two here, as you can see, any notable teams? I don't think so. Hartlepool were down there. I don't know any of these other teams. So yeah, that's that. And that will do it for me. So that's quite a long video, I think. Thank you very much for watching. I will be back then with the next one. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.